It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's Friday, the 6th day of January, 2023. I'm Bob Recknwell. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies, and you're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. How's Scooter?
I'm doing all right this morning.
Yeah?
I can't complain. I'm alive. I'm here. That's always a good sign.
It's a nice full moon and crisp out there this morning.
There you go. It is a little chilly. It's a little bit chilly.
27 degrees this morning when I got up.
I'll tell you, it didn't feel that cold outside. I mean, it felt chilly.
There's not much wind today, which
yeah.
makes it a lot nicer.
And so it was chilly. It didn't seem like that, oh my gosh, I'm freezing type thing. So it wasn't bad. I can live with this.
A little bit of frost on the vehicles this morning. It's different.
Didn't have much on my truck.
Not much on your truck?
No.
Had a little bit on Tina's car this morning, but she got out there and got it fired up and nice and toasty.
I got one of those little auto start buttons, so it's kind of cheating.
Well, the nice thing about riding in with my wife is the fact that she has that too.
If you remember to hit the button beforehand.
She went out, she had the thing started up and
all right.
seat warmers turned on.
There, you got her trained. She's not watching
she just likes a nice
She's not
warm
watching this, is
not
she?
yet. She's not made it to work yet. Nice warm seat, but it's pretty nice. It's for first Friday of the year.
Yes, it is. It's already the new year.
And the new year is kicked off and rolling around. And
school's back up.
School started back up yesterday.
Everybody's just kind of getting back into their regular routines.
Into the groove, they say.
Yeah.
Into the groove.
Because it really, I mean, that's a long, even for the kids and everything, that's a long vacation time. I call it vacation. It's a lot of time off out of your regular schedule and trying to get those routines back in and trying to get back in the flow of it.
Yeah, now sporting events will start back up and things will get back rolling the way they normally are for the rest, well, from now till May.
This is the long stretch.
This is the stretch. Yeah, well, they've got a little bit of a spring break coming. Yeah. They'll have one of those come in, and they'll have Easter and spring. I think they tie those together now. But it'll be fun. Be a good time. Good time had by one and all.
There you go. I'm just ready. I like the routines. I'm a routine person.
Routine guy?
I am.
Don't change your routine?
Nope. I can get up in the morning. I can tell you by what I'm at. You know, if I'm taking a shower or if I'm doing this, I can tell you what time it is. Because I just do the same routine. That's just the kind of guy I am.
You're in a grave, Scooter.
Huh?
You're in a grave.
In a grave. I just like a routine. I like.
Do you know the difference between a rut and a grave?
No.
The dirt in your face.
There you go. I can see that.
And if you get up and do the same thing the same way at the same time every day, you're in a groove. You're in a rut.
Yeah. But if it's working, don't change it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go.
All right, time for the morning prayer, brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect is not just their motto, it's the way they do business. 29 locations to serve you, one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just pray that you'll give us the guidance and the wisdom to deal with the things as they come up on a daily basis. And Lord, we just pray that you will continue to be with our U.S. government as they try to figure out what's best for us people. Lord, if they would just take some time and listen to the people, maybe that would help them make up their decisions on how to do things. Lord, we just pray that they'll turn to you and look for wisdom and do what's best for the rest of the world, or the rest of the country, per se. Lord, we just thank you for what you do for us in our lives and what you mean to us on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis. Lord, we just pray for those that are dealing with losses. And Lord, we pray for those that are dealing with sickness. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. 29 locations to serve you. If you don't know where the one here in Mountain Home is, take a trip up Highway 5 North. Look for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Pull in there and talk to them about your funeral needs. If you want to give them a call, you can call them at 870-425-2161. That's their number. And now we're going to get a word from Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z Team. Century 21 LeMac Realty here at Mountain Home, 870-405-0793. RetiredToArkansas.net is their website. And here's their commercial.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine. Hey,
what
wait.
are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should call the Z team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time to take a look at the White River, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. retiredarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and this is what you're going to see. This is not a still shot. This is a live view from Marion County, Arkansas, back into Baxter County, Arkansas. See the frost on the ground there in the ballpark?
I do. And you also see the purple lights on the bridge.
You said that the other day. You're sticking with that, are you?
What color is purple, Bob?
Purple? What do you think, Scooter? Purple's purple. Give me a break. Purple's purple.
Yeah.
What you're looking at is the horseshoe bend there at the White River in Cotter, Arkansas, back from the Marion County, Arkansas side. Way off to your left would be Bull Shoals. Off to your right, where the sun's coming up, would be the city of Mountain Home, the Witch's Hat Water Tower at about the 1 o'clock position. And you can't hardly see the state of Missouri, but it's way, way out there. Scooter Hill, Scooter Knob, Scooter.
It's Scooter Mountain now. It's moved to a mountain.
It's continuing to grow.
Yes.
Will it click us to another one or no? You have to do that.
There you go.
And now you can see the lights.
Yeah, the purple lights.
Whatever color they may be. And the ballpark, and it just beautiful. You can see the water's moving. They've got quite a bit of generation going on right now. There, it's going to zoom in on us. There we go. Yep, it is definitely a live shot. This is retiredarkansas.net, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora of the Z Team. Go there, click on live views. You can go there and click on the MLS listings and see what's available in our area. If you see something you like, you might give them a call at 870-405-0793. Let's take a look at some temperatures. Mountain Home is 31, Harrison 31, Batesville 34, Yellville is 26, Marshall, Arkansas is 25, Salem, Arkansas is 28, Mountain View 25, Calico Rock 31, West Plains, Missouri is 28, Springfield, Missouri 26, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 30, St. Louis, Missouri is 28 as well.
Up, your map expired.
And I don't know why, because I just did it. Just.
It went pretty quick for me when I did it earlier.
Looks like we've got a little bit of rain coming in from Oklahoma. Might dissipate by the time it gets to Arkansas. But from Rogers to Blytheville, Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith over to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana. Everything looks pretty clear in the state of Arkansas. If you're doing some traveling, looks like you're going to have a pretty clear way to go. I'm going to zoom back into just us in Arkansas. Make sure we don't have anything sneaking in on us. A little bit of something down in the southwest, but I believe it's going to be gone before too long. Watches and warnings. We're all clear in the state of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. Louisiana's got a little bit of something there. It looks like a flood, a little bit of a flood watch there, maybe. Special weather statement, whatever that happens to be for that area. 7-day forecast looks like this. Increasing clouds today, high of 54, mostly cloudy, slight chance of rain, 30%, low tonight 43. Tomorrow, high of 52, slight chance of showers and mostly cloudy. Mostly cloudy tomorrow night, low of 37. Sunday, partly sunny, high of 47. Low Sunday night, low of 29, mostly clear. Monday, going to be sunny, high of 55. And Tuesday, high of 56. Let's see what Wednesday looks like, 55, and Thursday looks like 55 as well. Lake level and dam reports, Lake Norfolk 553.59, which is 1.59 above full pool. And they're generating 1 at this moment. Lake Bull Shoals 656.98, which is 2.02 below full pool of 659. They're currently generating 5, which you can see in the picture from the Z team. That's got the water kind of full.
Got it moving.
Moving right along. That's the weather, the updates, and the dam reports brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z team. Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. That's their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. They're busy, but never too busy to assist you in your realty needs. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community happenings and a little bit of news.
Community happenings.
We got any happenings? You know anything happening?
Got a tournament, dual tournament Saturday. Wrestling.
That's sports. That's not a happening.
Well, it's a happening. I'm just throwing it out.
It's a happening. It's going to be a happening anyway.
It's going to be a happening. It's going to be a happening.
Got some teams coming in?
Yeah, I do got one thing I can mention.
Go ahead.
Well, I got to look it up. You go ahead and talk
about it.
Oh,
my goodness. Mountain Home City Council approves the resolution in opposition to the landfill. Folks, if you know anything about that, or if you don't know anything about it, give them a call over at City Hall. Let them get you some information. We really don't need a landfill back in upper part of Baxter County, especially where that one's located. It's a distance from the lakes, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not far enough to be overloaded with a bunch of trash.
Yeah,
they just got it contained and zippered up, and why would they want to reopen that? Doesn't make sense.
The county kind of voted against it, and then the city went last night and voted against it, and unanimous in both areas.
Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything because you can't restrict land use. I mean, the ADEQ, Arkansas Department, they're going to have to come in and say yes or no for a permit, but our voice really doesn't mean anything. I mean, we can squawk and holler and scream at our representatives and our local state senators and all that, which we probably need to do because if we want to keep our lakes as pristine as they are, we need to keep them away.
We'll mention this. The Mountain Home High School French Club is having their chili supper to raise funds for the 2024 trip to Quebec.
Going to Quebec,
Going to Quebec, and it'll be Friday, February 3rd. It'll be at the Century 21 LeMac Realty. They're located at 1024 Highway 62 East. It's $5 for a bowl of chili to go. They'll have to-go containers, condiments, and desserts. So it'll be a good time. If you, it will be from 4:30 to 6:30.
4:30 to 6:30.
February 3rd. So that's good. Need to support them.
The winners were announced for the Mountain Home Chamber of Commerce Light Up the Night Christmas Contest and Christmas Parade winners. The winners for this year, the houses were number 24, 51 Maxwell Street, won the Griswold Award. Griswold? Was that movie?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
Oh, you slacking.
Number 22, 1700 Eagle Drive was the People's Choice Award, and Gilbert Realty was Best in Show for the Commercial Award. And they received a trophy and bragging rights and a donation to a charity of their choice for that category. The winners from the Christmas Parade were the First United Methodist Church was first place, Walmart was second place, and Grace Abounds Counseling was third place. So congratulations to them on their Christmas Parade, and they're lighting up their homes and businesses for that.
That's awesome.
It's time to assess your personal property tax. Get that done. You can do it online at BaxterCountyAssessor.com. You can do it from now until May 31st without penalty. After that, you start, I think it's a 10% penalty.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Not too excited about that. Have you already assessed?
I don't know. My wife actually does that side of it.
I did mine online January 2nd.
Really? She usually goes in because one of the vehicles got to be renewed or something, and so she goes in and does it right at the beginning of the year, but I don't know if she's done it yet or not.
Can you pull up these pictures or no?
I can.
Just the pictures? Or?
No, I had to pull up the whole site.
Yeah, go ahead. These two porta potties are located at the Cooper Park, and Mountain Home Police Department are looking for some help getting that vehicle identified and the driver as such. This is not the first time they've gone in there and turned these things over. It doesn't make any sense for them to do that. If you have any information on this, give Larry Caruso, the corporal at the CID, a call, 870-701-1938. And, okay. And let them know if you know who owns that vehicle, because they sure would like to talk to that person and figure out why they're being so ignorant and turn the things over.
People do crazy things.
Crazy, crazy. There's some community news and some local happenings, and we'll be back in just a moment. You watch the morning show on XL7-TV.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team, 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. check it out. But with me now is Mr. Bob Zdora. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Happy New Year.
Happy. Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you guys were
Scooter
off for
made it
like
back
a
with
month or
both
two,
legs.
right? Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, one of them doesn't work.
One
so
of them
well.
doesn't work so well, but yeah, I got both legs.
But they're still attached.
They are attached. They're
For
not,
now.
They're not plaster covered at this moment.
At this moment. Well, it's too late to plaster cover them now.
After surgery, they will.
You know, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see.
What you do, bud?
Oh, a little skiing. A little ski fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Had a good time.
Was it cold up there?
Yes, I actually called you, or I texted you. He texted me Happy or Merry Christmas and or whatever, and I'm like, dude, I'm in a towing garage. The truck had froze.
Oh, you would, yeah.
So about 3 hours there, and then back on the road we were, and didn't have a problem after that.
Okay. You know,
house was good.
The whole house was beautiful. It was huge.
It looked good, yeah.
It is a beautiful place. A lot of areas for the younger ones to go downstairs, kind of do their thing, get loud, and have the upstairs quiet. It was really cool.
Good.
It was really nice. The whole trip was great.
I don't want to be that guy or anything, you know, Bob, but there was a Bob at this table a couple of weeks ago that said this isn't a good idea.
At least one Bob that said this wasn't a good idea. Yeah.
Hey, Austin came back in one piece, so we're good.
That's right.
There you go. And how was your holiday?
It was good. It was good. Christmas is good. New Year's was good. Weather was fantastic for a little bit and really bizarre for other parts of it. But
and then 70 degrees?
Yeah. It was like a 100-degree swing within a week, you know, from
minus 24 to 72 plus. And unbelievable.
It's crazy.
In fact, I just put the plants back in the garage yesterday.
Is it going to get cold again?
Well, yeah, just enough. Okay, we got good rain, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, this is not Florida. It's going to get cold.
Exactly, it's going to get cold, and it's still only beginning of January.
Oh yeah.
What are we? 3 weeks into winter? 2 weeks?
Yeah,
into
and the
winter?
calendar end of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I tell people when we're talking to people, we have more like 3.5 seasons. You know, we got a little longer summer, a little longer spring, a little longer fall. Winter kind of gets crushed in the middle of that, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not like it starts snowing in November and doesn't end until March. It snows, and then a couple of days it's gone.
Right.
You know, and if it snows again, okay, a couple of days it's gone.
And we had record snow this year. And like I told Scooter during the weather, I didn't realize it. You know, for 2022 we had record snow, but you get to wondering, when did it all happen? You know, when did we get that snow? But I guess you got to take into consideration all the way back to January.
Well, you go back to February was a little tough.
Right. We had a little bit of snow in February, but you know, November, December was relatively nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you have a 70-degree day in January, and you're going, bring out the lawnmower.
This is winter.
We're done.
This is time.
We're done.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Has your phone been ringing? Have you been pretty busy?
We've still been talking to people. Yeah, I mean, it's slowed down, Bob. I mean, it's, you know, the holidays slows down, and the interest rates are taking a toll. New mortgage applications are down nationwide, like 13% last month. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, when you consider where we were, that's really quite a lot. In fact, I put some numbers together for the past couple of years just to kind of see how things have been and where we are now. And the interest in the finances are going to take its toll. And the prices of the houses. The houses are so expensive. And then you add the interest rate to that. People just can't afford them.
Yeah, not only the house and the interest rate, but then the cost of electricity has gone up. The cost of natural gas has gone up.
Sure.
You got to take
your
all
homeowner's
that
insurance.
Stuff. Mm-hmm.
You know, all that stuff comes in with the property taxes. You know, some of them were reassessed and all of that. I mean, it didn't sound like stupid money like it is in other places. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, that's still the biggest hook when we talk to people is the property taxes. That makes such a big difference for people when they're trying to figure you got people that are paying a year here what they're paying a month in other places.
I had somebody tell me that up north on Friday. And I said, well, what do you got did you have big plans for Christmas? Did y'all go anywhere? I said, no, we spent our Christmas vacation fund on paying our quarterly property tax.
Yeah. And that quarterly.
And I said,
you know,
quarterly? He said, yeah, we're paying about $2,300 a quarter.
So much that you can't give people a bill twice a year, you know, you never give it to them once a year.
No.
You know, the only people, and your mortgage payment becomes so expensive every month when you add that in, that's what's crushing these upper markets, you know, these markets in other places. It's just when you add everything together, you just, all your fees are more than the mortgage, are more than a house payment.
Wow.
You know, more than what you're paying off the principal of the house. So, I mean, we're really blessed to be here. And in that respect, when we talk to people from other places, but like I say, property tax is a big thing. Quality of life is always a big thing, because it is. You know, I was going back and forth yesterday with a copper up in Chicago, and he's looking for some place to go, and you know, one of his bucket list things is to move, to get out of there. So I obviously contacted him and put him on the website and this and that, and told him what we were doing, how things were going. And it's a big decision for people. Where do we go? What do we do? You know, I read about this place, I read about that place. But you can't get the quality of life issues that we have here in many places, and I'm going to say probably none, for the size, especially for the size we are. You know, you get into towns the size of Springfield and things like that, you start to have other problems. You know, you watch the news, and Springfield's kind of a scary place, you know, when you see that. And it seems like they play that up a little bit more than they probably should. Granted, I'm not saying to hide the crime, but I think there's different ways to do it. When people are looking at towns, they're looking at college towns. That's always a big thing when you see the different articles in the paper and online and stuff. College towns are real big because they're going to have restaurants, they're going to have more nightlife, more activities there, and so they encourage people to look at those types of towns. But then you've got all the other things that go with that. Here we've got the university. We've got once a month, sometimes more. There's the Playhouse. There's a lot to do here. When it's just a matter of finding it and how much you want to put yourself out there, and that's really got more to do with it than anything else. When they first get here and they ride around, they go, well, how many people are here? You know, and you say, well, you get into the summer, when you get into baseball tournaments, when you get into soccer, when you just get into the fishermen coming down, and just tourists in general. I'm sure we pretty easily.
Yeah.
You know, when people know, excuse me, trying to get restaurants and stuff to come in, and that's the problem that you have. That's what they look at is, well, how many people are there? And they don't look at the surrounding area.
Yeah, 14,000, but our shopping population is probably 50, 60,000. Baseball tournaments probably runs 40 to 60.
Sure, because how many people come and get served in venues that we have? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that really speaks. Come on, speak to me. You stinker, you. 11 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $595,000 to $49,000. There were price from $34,000 to $500. Price this week was $204,000 with 86 days on market. A total of $3.2 million in residential real estate closed this week. 19 properties expired, naturally going into New Year. 6 had price changes. There's still 72 pending. I mean, that's up. It was 60 a couple of weeks ago, and so there's still activity in the market. But we're down to 222 homes on the MLS. So we lost 10 over the past week. Some of that was those that expired, and they'll be coming back on. I think we'll see some of that too. Year to date, there was $1,161 million. Average sale price this year was $222 with 80 days on market. Last year had been 1,344 homes that sold for $272 million. So 171 more than this year. And there was $11 million more dollars in sales, 89 days on market. Sorry. So just quickly, what do we got here? Yeah, we're good. I went back to 19 and put this together. 19 had a total of 1,461 transactions. That was everything. It was residential, land, everything that goes. And then of that, there was 1,146 residential closings for $171 million. The following year for $2 million, so they're picking to get moving again. So there's 135 more sales and 50 million more in price. For 21, we had 1,979 transactions with 1,340 residential closings for 271 million. So there was 59 more sales. So we had up. You can really see that it was boom, boom, boom. And then last year there was 1,694 transactions, and we ended up being down 285 from the year before. So we took some of that back, but it's still more. It's more upwards than downwards, and I think that we'll see it. I think we'll see it down less again this year, just because supply and demand is only, like I say, 220 houses. The cost of those houses are still expensive, and then the cost of buying the house is still expensive. And until they figure out what they're going to do with the interest rates, and interest rates kicked up a little bit last week, and so we're back up in the sixes, mid sixes. And that's with good credit. I mean, that's with 5-star credit and money down and everything else. So not a lot in selling other places, and maybe help with the closing costs of the buyers, things like that. Not dropping the prices is going to start to happen, because if you got to sell, you got to go. You got to go. I mean, there's no getting around it. People have new jobs. Life happens around them, And with that in mind, there's things that you need to do to be ready to go. If that's the case, and we can help with that. People get in there and they go in the barn, or they go in the basement, or they go in the junk room, or whatever it may be, and they go, we can't go. Look at all this stuff. We just can't do all this. And we can help you with all of that. This is what we do. This is what we do all day, every day. And so we can help with that. We can help give you the guidance that you need, help hold your hand, whatever it is that you need to be successful in the sale of your home. We can help with that. I got signs sitting in my yard that do me absolutely no good sitting in my yard. They've done a lot of other people good, because that's why they're back in the yard again. So that's a good sign. But give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. Our website's retirettoarkansas.net, and all the MLS is on there, all the local information. There's a ton of regular information on there. The cameras are on there. The Christmas is coming down in Cotter, but it still lights up the bridge at night, and that's still great screensaver for your laptop or your PC. But give my honey a call. That's the most important thing. 870-405-0793. And on behalf of all of us, we wish you all a blessed and prosperous New Year. And everybody's going to keep moving forward.
That's Bob Zdora of the Z Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793. As he said, retirettoarkansas.net and give.
There you go. That's right.
We'll be back with This Week in Sports.
Is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated, consistently receives training.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs, garage door expert since 1921.
Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable 6120, or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
This morning we've got Coach Josh Fulcher, Coach Dell Leonard joining us. We're going to recap the Ultimate Auto Group tournament. I spent a couple nights there. It looked pretty good.
It was fun. It was fun 3 days. It takes a lot of prep work to get in it, and it's 3 long days, especially on the basketball coaches, being up there all day. And when your teams play well, I wish we could have want to thank our kids and our parents for all the help with the hospitality rooms and Coach Leonard's parents, help speak on them. But it takes a lot of work to host that thing. but it's worth it when it's all said and done to your kids be able to sleep in their own beds around the holidays, and they get a lot of family that get to come and watch them play that normally don't get to, and it's also fun to see all Christmas break with a lot of our former players, going to lunches and stuff and just being around. So holidays is a fun time and it's good. We won 2 out of 3. It'd been nice to go 3 for 3, but we'll take what we can get.
Coach Leonard, how did your girls fare out?
The same. We won 2 out of 3, played well on the first night, and the third day, the second day, we struggled a little bit, but still a pretty close game. The thing that we liked was we played 3 really good teams. That's what we need before we go into conference play. We've had a tough non-conference schedule that's prepared us for tonight, for sure, along with our parents and everybody that helped. We had staff members. Tom Chetnick was up there. Mark Payton was up there. If we try to name everybody, we're going to miss somebody. But it just, echoing what Coach said, it just takes so many people, and it's a tremendous amount of work. But the trade-off is getting to stay home and getting those 3 home games.
What I noticed that you had 2 gyms going at the same time for the first day. A lot of basketball being played. A lot of people come to town. A lot of the viewers don't understand what that means to the community and how many people it brings, the teams. How many teams total did you have, boys and girls?
Well, on the boys' side, we had 7 teams. We had 1 local team that didn't stay in town. That was flipping. So but their folks still came to town. I'm sure they still ate lunch. They were here for 3 days, and then we had three teams that came up here, brought their fans or family, and stayed in hotels and ate at restaurants, and then Coach Leonard had a lot of teams that were different than ours. So we had a lot of teams up here in total.
Yeah.
Coach Leonard, your girls look like they play more aggressive this year than I've seen them play in the past couple of years. What have you changed?
Well, the shot clock has changed things a little bit, but we've always wanted to play the way we're playing now, but you have to have depth, and we're playing 9 girls consistently at the varsity level, basically, so we're able to pressure more. You can want all you want to pressure, but if you're only 6 deep, eventually you're going to get tired and it works against you. So the objective is to try to make the other team tired. And on paper, we're never going to be, at times we'll be on paper more talented than some teams, not very many, but you can beat a more talented team if you play hard, you play together, and you care about each other. But then when you start doing it for 94 feet, it takes a toll. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to coach, and I think the kids would tell you it's fun to play.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch the aggressiveness of how those girls are going, passing, sharing. You don't have a ball hog. You've got people that they'd rather pass it off and let somebody else make the shot than get the glory for trying to make one and not. It was exciting to watch. But tonight you go to Siloam Springs, and this is the first conference opener for the girls and the boys as well, right?
It is, and Siloam has 3 young ladies that would play for anybody and probably start for any team in our league. They have all played for 3, and some played as freshmen, so 4 years. Siloam's a tough place to play. It's the first conference game of the year. We'd love to go over there and get one because not very many people are going to win over there. And so that in a lot of ways, that's like 2 games, winning 2 games, right out of the gate. But the other side of it, too, is if you come up a little short, you can't panic because it's just game 1. We've started the other way where we've won our first or second game, and all of a sudden the expectations go through the roof, and then it doesn't work out very well with the next 12. So, it's a game we'd love to get, and I think we can. Sometimes a young team is unpredictable on the road, and so we're going to go in there and do the best we can. We feel like we're ready, feel like we're prepared.
You've had a tough non-conference schedule, like you said earlier, to bring you up to this point to prepare you for that. And you've played in some pretty good classics or tournaments or whatever. I get confused on how those work out, but you've got a lot of work into this point to be prepared for tonight.
We're 9-7 overall. and we lost 3 games by a combined total of 6 points. Lost to Branson by 1. We lost to Rogers Heritage by 2, and we lost to Mammoth Spring by 3. And really, honestly, I think if we played those 3 teams right now, we would beat all of them. We could easily be 12-4 and maybe better, but you don't really worry too much about your record in non-conference as long as you say, you're playing against people that are going to prepare you for conference. And we feel like we've definitely done that.
And as of right now, it's 0-0.
It is. It's a totally new season. You have 3 seasons. Basketball season is the longest season of any sport. You have the non-conference season, and some people choose to, make that easy, but I don't think that's going to help you in conference. Then the second season is your conference season, and then hopefully you get to play in a third season, which would be the state playoffs.
Your team is young. Notice you've got 1 or 2 seniors on your team.
We have 3 seniors: Amelia Rucker, Lauren Waymeyer, and Cameron Mullen, and all 3 young ladies have played varsity for 3 years. And to be just honest with you, their sophomore year and junior year was very tough, and in the way of wins and losses. And I would love to see those 3 young ladies, along with their younger teammates, get to the playoffs.
You've got depth that I haven't seen for a long time on your Lady Bomber team as well. Is everybody healthy?
We have 12 players, and Kiera Alkire had her wisdom teeth cut out, and it's she's run into a couple of complications, so that's holding her out. And then Ashlyn Estes is, you and I were talking off the air earlier, is having a major second surgery today, which is going to lead to a third surgery. And we've got a game tonight, and most years that's all I'm thinking about. But ever since I talked to her mom yesterday on the phone and knowing everything that's going on, without saying too much, I can't quit thinking about Ashlyn. So just thoughts and prayers for her, very much appreciated.
You bet. You bet. I think your girls are ready to go. They've had a little bit of a break after the ultimate tournament, so they've been able to relax a little bit, but they've had practice probably every day.
Not every day. We gave them 3 days off after the tournament, and I think it's important, that time with family, and you do it long enough. And I think Coach Fulcher agreed with you. You just know. I mean, you've got that sixth sense as a like a parent has as a coach, and you just kind of got a feel of what kind of season you could have, and it's fun. Practice is fun, and games are fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, best of luck to you tonight. We know you got to get out early this morning and get back over to the school.
Right.
So
thank you very much.
We appreciate you joining us, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to take a quick commercial. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the Josh Fulcher Show, brought to you by XL7 Sports.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
How are you today?
Oh, it's game day. Fired up. I mean, it's there's a different level of excitement on game day.
Starting 0-0 fresh.
Starting 0-0 fresh, and we had a really good non-conference season. We call that the preseason. Played a lot of ball games, a lot of really good competition, and won a lot of basketball games. So, but starting 0-0, this is really where it matters. This is where the record actually counts for all your goals. All of our goals are like Coach Leonard was saying, is to get to that third season, and we need to win some ball games. And this conference year is going to be a lot of score watching, because this is the most balanced I've seen our conference. We've had it's been a little top heavy last few years.
Mm-hmm.
A few years back, we were in that top. We're one of the top 2 or 3 in our conference, and so we've had a clearly defined 1, 2, and possibly 3, and then everybody else was kind of fighting for that 4th spot. This year, it's up for grabs for anybody. I've got to give the edge to Van Buren and Russellville. They returned the most and the most playing time, and both of them's got a lot of talent. You got to throw Russellville in there. They won it the past 4 or 5 years, and then Van Buren essentially returns their entire team back, and they've been playing really well. But everybody's been playing really well, and it's a fun league. What I like about it is all the coaches in the league are just really top-notch guys, but they're all really top-notch coaches. And they're night in, night out, you better do your scout, you better do your homework, because everybody's prepared. So to me, I love the challenge of it. It's a lot of fun. So
your team played in the Ultimate Tournament as well, and you came 3rd place?
Yes, yeah. Our first round game was against Flippin. Flippin brought in a nice little scrappy bunch. Really our first 2 games, I didn't feel we played very well. We didn't shoot it very well for sure, which, to not play very good and still win your first round game, that's nice. We had Greene County Tech, which, we're really excited to get Greene County Tech, just because, the Arkansas Sports Media rankings come out, and they had them number 1 in 5A. And we were really looking for an opportunity to kind of give them their first loss, but we didn't do it. And Greene County Tech had a lot to do with that. We didn't score it very well. We shot poorly. Defensively, I felt we were pretty solid, but we just couldn't put anything together. But gotta give Greene County Tech credit for that. And then our 3rd round game was against Paragould, which 2 weeks before, Paragould beat us at home. And so if there's a kind of a bright spot in not making the championship game, it would have the opportunity to get revenge on Paragould. And so our guys are really hungry for that opportunity. I know our coaches were really hungry for that opportunity to kind of right some wrongs and do some things better than what we did the first time. And we did. We come out and really got after it early and never let up. And I was able to pull away for a pretty sizable win, which those are hard to come by, especially against a really quality opponent like Paragould. So
what conference do we play in?
We're in the West. We're in the 5A West. So that's the same teams. We're going to Siloam tonight. We've got Alma, we've got Van Buren, we've got Greenbrier, Russellville, and then Valonia was there last year, and we've replaced Valonia with Harrison. So that's the West, and it'll be everybody's got kind of a younger, talented teams, and it's really who's talented. Everybody had really good junior high bunches last couple of years, and so it's going to be this year, whoever kind of figures it out the quickest. But it's going to be, next couple of years, going to be some awesome battles because there's going to be a lot of really good teams.
Now, do they have a conference tournament scheduled for y'all, or does it go straight to the state?
They do not. It's the in basketball, it's the top 4 go to state. So you've got to finish in the top 4. There's 4 conferences. For all other sports, there's 32 teams besides in football. And so in basketball, you have 32, so you have 4, essentially 8-team conferences, and then the top 4. Now with the new alignments and some of the multipliers, some conferences have 9 teams, so it makes that a little bit harder. For us, we have 8 teams in our conference, and you've got to finish in the top 4. And the good thing about that is when you get to a state tournament, everybody's good, everybody's earned it. And you see a lot of 4-1 upsets just because everybody's good in state tournament. And
so if they take the top 4, you could see Greene County Tech again down the road.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We're actually matched up with the East this year. We've got to do our part. And we'd love an opportunity to meet Greene County Tech because that means it would be in the playoffs. Now Greene County Tech, I would say in the East, they're somewhere in the. You got to put Greene County Tech, Marion, and Nettleton in the top 3 over there with a bunch of other teams fighting for it. You got the Paragould in there. There's Valley View. All those teams. It depends on how they shake up. But I see Greene County Tech competing for a top 3 spot in the East for sure.
Are your boys healthy?
Knock on wood. I think this is wood. I was talking to Coach Morris yesterday, actually. I said, I think this is the first time I've seen our guys, essentially healthy, since November, since the year started. We've had 2 to 3 just sick, almost all, seems like all season.
I'm not sure when the last time starting conference season that y'all were fully staffed.
Right.
Had all your guys.
Yeah, right. It's been crazy. We've battled a lot. We've battled a lot of things since I've been here. With injuries and sickness. Going through the whole COVID thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really nice to see. There's just kind of a different level of energy when everybody's kind of healthy, and there's not 5 or 6 guys over hacking in the corner, and it's just, but who knows how long that lasts. It generally everything just kind of recycles. So we're enjoying this nice little spell here. Yes, right now we're all healthy and a lot of optimism. It's 0-0 and they know we got a big game tonight. Siloam Springs knows they have a big game tonight. So we're expecting their best efforts, and hopefully they'll get our best efforts.
What time do you roll out?
We're going to leave at 12:30 today. We play a JV game, so our JV games start, around 4:30. So, we get there pretty early, but we've got a JV team that plays a lot of games. They're going to play 30 games this year too. And I tell our guys, our program is built through our JV program. That's kind of where you pay your dues, and that's where, you really learn the game. At this level, it's really hard for a sophomore to come in and compete at a high level. We have a few sophomores that are doing that and that are competing at high levels, but that's very rare in our program. And so those games that we get with our JV program, we're going to a tournament here in West Plains here in a couple of weeks. They're very important to us because that is our future. That's where we're built, and that's where we get better at.
And with sickness and injury, you never know when they're going to have to pull them up.
Oh, absolutely. It's been next man up for probably since I've gotten here. It's rare that we've had all of our 5 guys out there, that need to be out there and stuff. So our guys are used to it. That's why we have a big rotation. That's why our JV program is important, and that's why all of our guys practice together. You see a lot of schools our size, their JV teams get sent home at the bell, or they don't practice with the varsity and things like that. All of our guys practice together, and they all push each other because they're all valuable, and you never know when somebody's time to step up.
What effect has the shot clock had on your teams?
Not much. I think the main thing is a mindset, really. Once you kind of get over that, and now the only thing that to me that I knew that would affect is how the end of the games are played. It prevents teams from just kind of sitting on the ball, and you got to chase them around and foul. I love that part of it because I think that's always been a disadvantage to us when we're down 6 and we've got to go chase better athletic teams than us that are just hard to guard an entire court. But that really the ending of the game has changed a bit, and part of it. Our philosophy was kind of like what Coach Leonard was saying earlier was you really adapt to what you have, and he's got more depth and he's playing faster. So you could attribute, some people may think it may be the shot clock. Well, it's really because he's got more depth. Mm-hmm. Well, this year we're extending out and doing some things a little bit differently, kind of pressuring up some more. And it's really, some people may think it's a shot clock, but I've said it. I've been saying it all. I was saying it all fall. It had to do with our personnel. Mm-hmm. We've got four guards that are 5'8" or less. But they're talented. And how do you get those guys on the floor? Well, you can't sit back in a half court game because you'll just get punished throughout the course of a game. So you got to let those guys get in space and try to guard and pressure. And we've done some things. We've changed up some of our defensive schemes mostly just to kind of fit their strengths, and that was coming shot clock or not. But so at times it looks like, hey, we're playing a little bit faster, but we're really just adapted to what we have in our personnel.
Cool. Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Gentlemen, I appreciate all you do, and thanks for this platform for us to talk about our kids and programs.
Best of luck to y'all tonight. Next week you're going to line that up for us. You're going to get some junior high coaches.
Yeah, we'll get our junior high coaches. We got some awesome things going on in the junior high and 7th grade, and get our some of our younger coaches in here.
Good deal. Time to go. We'll see you on Monday.